Guys, Mark Goldberg here from Mark Vlogs Watches with a quick word for your friend and mine, ArchieLuxury, Paul Pluta, AC3, Archibald Chesterfield III. You know, he invented the quick wristwatch check, and the rest of us on YouTube, well, we just stole it. Help keep Archie full-time on YouTube by liking this video, watching this video, tell your fuckhead friends, and make sure to subscribe to his Patreon. And now, ArchieLuxury.
Hi guys, ArchieLuxury on the ArchieLuxury and the Paul Pluta channels. Today guys, let's do a quick wristwatch check. I'm wearing my Rolex Explorer 2 Polar. And I was recently reading Crown magazine. This is the June 2019 issue of Crown. It's got a beautiful lange Zeitwerk date on the cover. There was a very interesting article in here about the Audemars Piguet code 1159. And it was basically talking about the release of this model. And they said it says Audemars Piguet's code 1159 debuted earlier this year. Split opinions right down the middle. Those who were against it bemoaned a lack of boldness and inventiveness. Okay, so half the audience said it was fucked. And the other one, those who were for it, however, deemed it a classy, slow burner that grows on you. Yes, well, now this is a magazine for the sale of wristwatches. I mean, I think that's marketing fluff speak for it's a fucking hard sell. Fucking hard sell. Definitely very fucking hard. It doesn't get hard, so they've said the audience, half the audience hated it, the other half said it grows on you. It's not exactly the sort of stampede that makes it a popular sort of watch there. The other interesting thing is on a recent trip to Singapore, the Marina Bay Sands Hotel, that's that 3-storied 57th floor tower with the swimming pool on top. Yes, the Audemars Piguet store there itself had the full code 1159 in the front window. If we remember what our Cockney geezer watch dealer said about that, it's a front window watch. It's a store window watch, which inevitably means it's a fucking soft model. And I gotta be completely frank and honest with you there. It's really been, I think, an absolute disaster. And if I really do think Audemars Piguet should have maybe gone for a better, if they wanted to get a more of a hip appeal going, maybe a lower price point would have been far more desirable. I mean, the code 1159 is kind of what happens when you cross a Urwerk and a Patek Calatrava. The results are kind of freaky. I've got to be honest with you. As soon as the release came out, it was utter madness, utter absolute madness and arrogance. I think the big problem with Audemars Piguet is the executive. The emperor has no clothes on. Everybody when the CEO or the design team asked, what do you think? Instead of being honest, they told them what they wanted to hear. Hence the reason this model has been a stinking, flaming disaster. They've tried to harp back and say, well, the Royal Oak was quite soft when it came out. Yes, the whole industry was very, very fucked then. But I've got to be completely honest with you there. Although there's a lot of craftsmanship that it's in the code 1159, this is a fucking disaster of Jules Audemars proportions, and it's very, very scary. It's very scary. The brand has invested so much money. They've invested so much money in this thing, and it's been a commercial dud, an absolute fucking disaster. And from day one, it's been a fucking disaster. And I mean, they've gone against the grain. It's a high-end, this is a high-end launch of kind of fancy dress watches, which, I mean, if they did some research, they'd realize that the models that are popular in their range are the 15400, 15500, the classic Royal Oak in steel. Why not bring a funky steel sports addition to the range instead of this? A lot of these code 1159s, precious metal, fucking ridiculous price points. Ridiculous price points are not a good way to start the equation. And if they would have brought them out in a more affordable means there, instead of being bagged, the brand could have possibly had some success. Unfortunately for Audemars Piguet, the stupidity continues. The stupidity continues, which is rather sad. Rather sad that it continues like that. But I suppose that's how it is in the watch world. Just shows you how far removed some Swiss executives are when it comes to their products. And I've got to be completely honest with you. You look at the resale value of some Jules Audemars, and they are fucking toxic. Fucking toxic. I did a recent video on one of my fans, Greg Cormer, the guy who he's on the big ships. He's the one who filmed those guys skiing behind a ship, which was fucking incredible. And Greg recently picked a chronograph Audemars Piguet, quite a reasonable, nice looking piece, steel, for less than $10,000. And when you look at that value and then you look at the code 1159, you realize how fucking disastrous the prices will be in a couple years' time. I can still remember when the Rolex relaunched the Prince. They relaunched the Prince mid-noughties, mid-2000s, and it wasn't a stinker, but within a couple of years, when you release, if you don't have that initial burst of success, it'll eventually whimper out. Well, the AP code 1159 has whimpered from day one. I know of one particular gentleman, a tech guy in Sydney, who he bought an 1159, stupidly was suckered in by the boutique. I mean, do they feel any sense of guilt? That's what I'd like to know. He bought one at retail. a code 1159. They said it would be a very cool watch for you. Just sold him a fucking dud. Dealer comments that he's spoken to have said that they would estimate it would sell for half of retail, and no, they would only take it on consignment. They didn't want to buy the fucking thing. And this is how toxic the code 1159 is. When you've got such, I mean, it is a well-made watch. Whether it's your style or not is secondary, but it's a well-made product. It's just completely wrong. It's kind of what happened when Mercedes released the W140s in the 90s, when they went in the wrong direction. Because instead of going more grandiose and bigger, they should have perhaps gone smaller. It's a tricky one. It's a very tricky one, and unfortunately, it's one that I think they will be recovering from for many years to come. So yes, Audemars Piguet, indeed. The only thing that's more stupid is your policy with the boutiques having the exclusive dials. Now you can piss off your complete dealer network, and Audemars Piguet is rumored to be moving into the secondary market. Well, let's see how many mistakes you can make. Yes, the foolishness never stops. So I'd like to hear your opinion. What do you think of the code 1159? Do you love it? Do you hate it? What's your opinion? What do you think of the pricing structure? Would you buy one? Please, guys, comments down below. So like, subscribe, tell your fuckhead friends, and leave some nasty comments. And until next time, ciao, fuckers.
Oh. Hey, Archie Luxury fans. If you're into luxury, then you gotta be into 66 Buick Rivieras. Check out my son and I, Alex, as we restore this beautiful 66 Buick.
Neighbors are having a picnic, you know, having fun and stuff. Me, I'm doing cars. It's what I've done my whole life.
Aside from my soul, there goes a sight, now there goes a sight from my soul, there goes a sight from my soul, there goes a sight from my soul. I think it's all angels just walk by. 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 There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my. There goes a sight.